lot of things. First and foremost, it really has always felt like a family here. Luke and Joris and all the people that put this together, they do a really good job at curating like a group family atmosphere.
Like-minded musicians playing in one of the coolest places ever. People that come here purely for the music.
A beautiful festival run by beautiful people, and we love it.
So yeah, we come to Dunk to play for people that love music, and everyone here does, and it's awesome. We love this festival.
Work aside, Dunk's been like a bucket list festival for me to go to.
So to be here is a great opportunity, and we get to play in front of people from all over the world.
To be able to then play at the flagship festival like for this genre in that headlining slot, it's an enormous privilege.
So birdsrobe and Dunk Festival have had a very long relationship together, going back all the way to 2012, when Sleep Makes Waves became the first Australian band to play at Dunk Festival. And since then we've had many Australian bands come over and have their first European experience. We Lost the Sea, Tangled Thoughts Are Leaving, Soulkiri, Meniscus, Dumbsane, Hazards Swimming Naked, Seam, Syntax Error, Closure of Moscow, The Sea Shall Not Have Them.
This is our third Dunk over almost 10 years.
This is the 5th time we've played here. We played Dunk Festival in 2011 when it was in kind of like a sports complex here in Zottegem. That was like part of a 9-day tour. We did 2015, shortly after we had finished recording Dust and Disquiet. We did 2018 on our first European tour with Justin on drums. And we did 2023 3 years ago when they moved it to Ghent.
This is our 4th time at Dunkfest. We did it 2012, 2016, and most recently in 2022, which was one of our first shows back with Laurent rejoining the band. So yeah, again, it's just a festival that we have a long, rich history with, and we've celebrated some incredible milestones with them, so we're very thrilled to be back.
When people think of Dunk Festival, they think of these woods, they think of these stages, they think of the lights and the trees, and they think of just like, this is Dunk Festival. It was really cool that they branched out and did something different in Ghent. That was great.
You can't keep on repeating yourself as a festival. I'm convinced that the festival need to have a restart, reboot after COVID. That we had to rethink the concept because it was not longer possible to do it on the spots we used to do it.
But this is the real deal. So being back here is just, it's awesome, man.
It's pretty incredible for Dunk Festival to be returning to the Forest in 2026. It's been a few years since they were here, and it really feels like everyone agrees this is the heart and soul of what Dunk Festival is. The Forest site is incredibly unique.
I like both. I think there's something special about this, though. I don't think there's many, like it's very niche and it's very beautiful. The theatre is also beautiful, and Ghent is an amazing city. So I'm glad I've got to experience both, but I think to add to that full circle moment, we're back here where it all started for us.
It definitely feels kind of surreal walking into this little like enchanted forest where there's all these people hanging out, clearly like all dialed into having a very musical, community-minded experience. Little lights taking you through the woods, and then this oasis of coffee, fries, and beer.
So Caspian, I love those guys. We had them out in December in Australia for the first time in 14 years, and they played our birdsrobe 15th birthday shows. And I got to surprise them yesterday by showing up unannounced. They are one of the best live bands in post-rock. It was just, absolute honor to be able to see them over here and catch up with them. And they really set a standard for the kind of energy and quality of a live show. And it's really great that there's such a good appreciation for that over here at Dunk Festival.
You know, we haven't really toured in 2026 so far. We did Australia in 2025. We did 3 shows down there. That was the most recent time we were on tour. It was incredible. So if that's any indication of where touring's at right now, then sign us the fuck up, because that was great.
Well, We Lost the Sea and Caspian playing on the same night last night was a dream lineup. I can't even believe they were pretty much back to back. Those are 2 of my 4 favorite bands in the world.
I was really happy to see We Lost the Sea doing a single flower in full last night. I think it is probably their best live set that I've seen.
A single flower comes to life in a live setting. It's why we've been playing it in full on the touring cycle, front to back. So it just felt like a really, it's like the final form moment to be able to perform it here in particular. Like, these are our people, this is our crowd, they get it.
We Lost the Sea. Where do I start with those boys? They are my family. I love those guys with all of my heart. They have changed my life for the better. And it's been such a wonderful thing to be at Dunk Festival and see how many other people love them and how much they've impacted other people's lives too. I met them at such a point in my life when I had not much, and they have just brought so much fulfillment to mine and everyone else's lives that come across them. They are beautiful men.
An incredible post-rock band who've been around a long time, who's really inspired everything we've done since we formed as a band. So it's been a real dream come true to get to play with them and share a stage with them.
Leading the charge from Australia, and they've got a big following here.
Probably spearhead the instrumental stuff a bit in Australia, so it's kind of rad that all 3 of us are here at the same time.
You know, the production, the sound and lighting, Matt Cook on sound, Jake Bilsmer on lights, really was the full package. And it's you know, it can be quite overwhelming seeing something like that when, you know, these are guys that you know from back home in Australia, but I just felt so stoked to see them absolutely crush it. So we have a couple of European debuts from Hazards of Swimming Naked from Brisbane and The Sea Shall Not Have Them from the Gold Coast. 2 amazing bands with really lovely, wonderful people who've been mainstays of the Australian post-rock and instrumental rock scene for many, many years.
It's super special for us. This is our first show abroad ever. Amazing. We couldn't imagine ourselves in this position even a year ago.
Yeah, it is surreal to be over here, especially considering that we're doing it with Hazards of Swimming Naked. Our first Brisbane show was with these guys, I think, 18 years ago.
Fantastic duo. We've known them for so long, played with so many fun gigs with them, and to be on the same bill as them here in Dunk is just amazing. Just, surreal. Absolutely surreal. And big props to Mike.
It's just a joy to be able to come here and experience this festival with those guys and with my friends. So, you know, a tour like this, it doesn't happen with a lot of work behind the scenes. Some of the crew that are on board for We Lost the Seas tour, we got Lucille, who's their tour manager.
Tour mother.
Goose!
It's probably the only person we're incapable of cracking. I don't know. She hasn't broken yet.
Incredible talent, you know, work ethic and organizational skills. Matt Jones, who's the stage tech, is just one of the best dudes out there. Always got your back and always prepared for any situation.
Matt Jones!
Guitar tech wizard.
Matt Cook is, I mean, he's...
You know, he's got to be one of the best post-rock sound engineers there is.
Such a talented front of house mix engineer.
The Cookmeister. We love Matt Cook.
And Jake, who's on lights, is one of the best I've seen. You know, he knows the material, he knows the mood and the feeling that the band are trying to convey, and he absolutely complements that.
He actually told us last night that that was his favourite ever show is Lit, out of every show that he's played, and the dude's a full-time professional light guy, so that is high praise coming from him.
Eat your heart out, Ocean Alley.
Jake on lights, I think, is some of the greatest ideas that I've ever seen a lighting engineer pull forth, especially in a post-rock kind of sense. You get a lot of kind of generic shit with post-rock lighting, but he's a master of light and shade and hide and reveal and that kind of stuff. It's really impressive to watch.
And then you got Zoe Gale. I mean, hats off to you, Zoe. An incredible talent with merch, an incredible personality and presence. It is an absolute joy to work with her, and she has brought so much to everyone's lives, as well as being an absolute gun on the merch desk. Thank you, Zoe.
There's only one Zoe Gale.
One of the hardest working merchies I've ever worked with, for sure.
And of course, you know, traveling halfway around the world for I don't know how many consecutive years, we got James O'Connor filming again at Dunk Festival, you know, being here to capture these moments for all the Australian bands, birdsrobe bands, our kind of extended birdsrobe family, whether it's Russian Circles, Caspian. You know, it's very meaningful to have someone that's so invested in what we do and understands the music and the bands and the audience and knows where to point the lens. So thank you, James, for coming out again.
This is our third Dunk over almost 10 years. And Dunk Festival was our first ever European show, our first ever overseas show as We Lost the Sea. And there's the famous story of us turning up heaps late, 30 minutes to go, rushed on stage, 40 degrees, played about 300 BPMs, and it lives in infamy in our We Lost the Sea canon of shows.
Departure Songs comes from, you know, a very emotional place for a lot of people, especially those of us who were, you know, involved with the band at the time. Obviously, the circumstances that led to it being created are very tragic. It is an album that is more powerful than just the notes and the compositions. You know, it holds, I think, quite a universal sense of emotion and meaning for a lot of different people. And it's really been quite amazing how it's connected with people in so many different ways around the world. Be able to see how it's helped people, I think, deal with a lot of difficult situations in their lives. And I know the band really appreciate the impact they've had on people.
2017, I always tell the story of having so much outpouring of emotion that we weren't prepared for it. And it was only 2 years after the album came out, and then the merch desk turned into like a therapy session every night for everybody, the band and the fans. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's some full circle moment tonight. I think that's why, oh man, I'm already feeling emotional. When I just said that, I was like, wow, this is like, I am not gonna last that set without like bursting into tears. And I think a lot of people are going to be the same. And that's a lovely thing.
I am mesmerized by We Lost the Sea and have been since day one when I discovered Departure Songs. Seeing them play Departure Songs at Post Festival in the United States in 2025 was one of the best, most visceral live experiences I've ever had in terms of feeling like I was practically levitating. I mean, just, you know, in terms of like headbanging so hard that I felt like I was achieving some other kind of consciousness without any kind of illicit drugs.
Yeah, I've been trying to process it. I can't describe the feeling. It's not anxiety or apprehension. It's just it's something wonderful that's about to happen. Playing Departure songs in full is always a special time for everybody, and I think, you know, our European fans just like, you know, it's the post-rock thing. It's the post-rock mecca. Like, you know, it's not going to be a dry eye in the house.
Those two Dunk shows back to back were actually the best shows I have ever done.
Bringing Chad over was pretty amazing, and I guess something that I never thought I'd be doing with this band.
The first night doing A Single Flower, came away from that thinking that's the best gig I've ever lit. And then the next day we did the Departure songs with the orchestra, and then that was the best show I'd ever done.
You know, it is a record that deserves to be celebrated. It's a record that deserves to be talked about, and you know, Dunk Festival giving We Lost to See a platform to present something as special as tonight is a testament to that. So thank you, Dunk Festival, and you know, congratulations, We Lost to See.
I don't know when we'll be back to Dunk. We will eventually, but like, this is an incredible way to sign off what will be like, you know, one of the biggest shows we've played. So yeah.
Where We Lost to See, we're here at Dunk Festival in Narnia, and we'll see you out on tour.
Hey, it's Mike from Birdsrobe, and you've been watching Dunk Festival 2026.
Hey, we're Pelican. We are at Dunk Fest. This is the fourth performance, and we're just really super stoked to be here and looking forward to playing in a few hours.
We are The Sea Shall Not Have Them, and we are on the Forest stage at Dunk 2026.
We are Hazard Swimming Naked here at Dunk Fest, just outside Zottegem.
This was Phil from Caspian. I'm here in the forest at Dunk, hanging with my boy James. We love you, dude. Thanks for everything you've done. Yeah, if you checked this out, we appreciate you. Hopefully we'll see you down the road, and yeah, take care of yourselves. Nothing but love.